Hello, welcome to this edition of Bayou Time. I'm your host, Keith Whiteside, licensed clinical social worker. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it very, very much. You know, again, we always like to come and find out who is in the know about what's going on, and certainly with all the things happening here in our area. We welcome Cody Gray back to the program. Cody, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me again. Appreciate it.
We appreciate it. Again, President and CEO, Louisiana's Cajun Bayou Tourism. You're always working on different things, always working on making sure that we in the community, wherever it is in Lafourche Parish, being able to bring programs for people to come out and enjoy. So it's just really exciting. I know it's a challenging time through COVID, but every time we talk to Archie, he's excited about something coming up. And so that's really good news for the community.
It is. I mean, especially now, I think now more than ever from COVID, and now as we recover from Hurricane Ida, to have those outlets for the community to have some sense of normalcy and to get back into, I mean, it's part of our culture, it's part of our way of life, is to celebrate, you know, our life here on the Bayou. And so we're excited to see events coming back and starting to return, and those happening through the fall time frame, because, you know, many had to cancel, unfortunately, but we still have some that are in place that are ready to rock and roll, and we're excited to support those and have those here for the community and for visitors to enjoy.
And so for some of those, maybe we had to do that cancellation. If there's the possibility of kind of doing those later on, is there a place where people can go to kind of find that out and get updates?
Yeah, so if you go to our website, lacajunbayou.com, and if you go into the events tab, we keep a running list there, calendar of events. We work pretty closely with all of our event organizations to make sure that we know any developments, any changes of dates or times. So we update those on our calendar of events. You can go on there now and find all of the Nichols tailgates and all the Nichols football games that are coming up, and then all of the other events that are happening through our fall time frame.
Okay, and so the reason why I mentioned that is just because I want people to know and be updated, you know, is if this got canceled, if they're going to try and do it again. Some things we can, some things we can't.
That's right.
You know, some of those things are, you know, have that time slot and just can't be redone. But there are possibilities, you know, whenever we have hurricanes to be able to redo things. And so we want to be able to share that with people.
That's right. I mean, if anything, we are a very resilient community, and that extends, of course, to our festivals and events. And so some of them will try, I think, and reschedule, but the majority of them, I think, are, you know, some are moving back to their normal springtime, you know, event dates, or maybe their fall dates next year. But just all depends, because, you know, a lot of them were not able to happen in 2020. And so they rolled it over into 21, and so many of them depend on that visitation and the local visitation and the outside visitation to raise money for their organizations and for their charitable contributions. And so it's difficult getting things back online. So some of them have unfortunately had to go and postpone for another year. So it's even more crucial for the community to get out and support these events.
Yeah, and speaking of, let's talk maybe first and foremost about Acadia Music Fest coming October 23rd, right?
October 23rd in Thibodeau, Acadia Music Fest. You know, they were originally scheduled in September, of course, but due to Hurricane Ida, they were able to pivot their event and move it over into October 23rd. And so it will happen right at Acadia Plantation in Thibodeau. All proceeds from that event, will go to benefit the recovery of Lafourche Parish surrounding areas from Hurricane Ida. So we're very appreciative of, you know, what they're doing to really, you know, again, have that event for the community, but also give back at the same time to help those that have been affected from Hurricane Ida. So we're very excited. Lupe Fiasco headlining it. And again, you want to find out more info or to purchase tickets, because there is still time to purchase tickets.
Okay.
You can absolutely go to our website, lacajunbayou.com. On our event page, you will find the listing for Acadia Music Fest. Buy your tickets. Come on out. It'll be a great day. Weather, it looks like, hopefully, fingers crossed, is going to hold out and be good. So we're hoping for a nice, sunny, cool day on the 23rd.
Okay, let's talk about what time that one is.
So that's an all-day event. I mean, of course, it gets cranked up later into the evening whenever your major acts start coming on. But there's also food, crafts, things of that nature that'll be happening as well.
Yeah, and so I just want to make sure people are aware and know what to do. And again, I appreciate you giving that website several times about what people can expect and how they're doing that on October 23rd. So that's Acadia Music Fest, and it is going to be at
Acadia Plantation. Yep, okay. Acadia Plantation.
Right there. Very good. In Thibodeau. Very good. All right. Maybe we talk a little bit about Big Boys?
Yes. So we're very excited for our two big fall events that are still happening, which is Big Boys Main Street Cook-Off, which is on November 12th in downtown Thibodeau. And then the day after that, so that's on a Friday, November 12th, and then November 13th, Saturday, is Thibodeauville Fall Festival. So we're very excited to see both of those, of course. You know, on Friday for Big Boys, lots of great food, great camaraderie, great fellowship, great community event. with live music, lots of food, and that just spills over into Saturday when you have, of course, the Thibodeauville Fall Festival also takes place in downtown Thibodeau. I know the Thibodeau Chamber of Commerce and Thibodeau Main Street have been working extremely hard to put these events on, and really they have done a lot of work to make sure that these events stay around for the community to enjoy. So we're very excited to see those coming back. Of course, the famous duck race at the Thibodeauville Fall Festival is still taking place. And of course, we do, again, update our calendar of events with any information that we get from those entities to make sure that everybody has the latest information. But we're excited for it, and we want everybody to come out, enjoy a great weekend. Again, we're hoping for really great weather. It's still early November, so by then we're hoping for a nice cold front to come through. But it should be a great event. I know I just saw an update this morning from them where they only have a few booth spaces left at the Fall Festival.
Oh my!
So if you're looking for a booth space, get it now because they're almost sold out.
Maybe it's important to talk about why these events are important. Mm-hmm. It's part of the recovery for us, and it's part of our culture that's really, really important. And so, again, we have the Acadia Music Fest coming up October 23rd. That's an all-day event. And like you said, the music's kind of going to get ramped up in the evening time. It just kind of, the day kind of builds, and so there's booths and there's food and those things that are available for that. Anything else you want to add about that particular event?
No, we're very grateful for, of course, Acadia Plantation having it, and all of the workers, the volunteers. I know Amy Abear and Tommy Meyer that work so hard all year long to put on this event. I mean, they've really had to pivot it this year. So
right.
We're very grateful that they are such a great community partner.
And they're taking care of that. And then we got the events back to back. So
that's right.
In 2 days, 2 events. We're talking about Big Boy's Main Street Cook-Off on November 12th. And tell everybody where that's going to take place.
So November 12th, Big Boy's Main Street Cook-Off will take place in downtown Thibodeau. So you can't miss it. Just drive to downtown. You'll run right into it. You're smack in the middle of it.
Yeah, right by the courthouse and
right.
All of those, that very historic downtown area for
right.
Thibodeau. And so that's going to take place on November 12th. And then following that, on November 13th.
That's right. The next day is Thibodeauville Fall Festival. So we're excited to see that one return. So it's 2 days of food, of music, of entertainment, of just getting out and enjoying and celebrating our life here on the Bayou.
And speaking of our celebration of what's happening here on the Bayou, we are getting some national recognition.
We sure are.
For what we provide in some of these events and food events that take place.
Absolutely. So we're very excited to announce and to say that USA Today, which is, of course, a national publication,
right.
Has nominated Thibodeau as one of the top small-town food scenes in the United States. And we are actually the only Louisiana small town to even make the list of the 20 contestants that are in the running for this award. So voting for it is open through October 25th. You can go to USA Today onto their Reader's Choice Awards section, and you will see Best Small Town Food Scene, and you will see Thibodeau there. So please give us a vote. You can vote once per day up until October 25th, but it really, it's incredible to see because it truly recognizes the incredible, authentic, culinary scene that we have all up and down Bayou Lafourche. And we're very grateful that that's getting some national attention now.
And again, right now, you're in the #1 spot.
That's right. We are sitting at #1 right now. As of today, we are sitting at #1. So we want to keep #1 until it ends on October 25th.
And so people can go, and again, you can vote once a day.
Correct.
Every day until
Correct.
October 25th. And all you have to do is to go to that website and to go to USA Today, Reader's Choice, vote for Thibodeau.
That's right, and vote for Thibodeau. And we will, like I said, it's so great to see, especially now, to see that recognition coming to all of our, our restaurants, all of our local chefs, all of our, the wait staff, everybody from front of house to back of house that truly make our dining experiences here in Lafourche Parish and in Thibodeau such an incredible experience.
And the reason that's so very important is because as we're coming out of dealing with and continuing to deal with COVID, we're dealing with the recovery from Hurricane Ida. Now we're having to really make sure that we put a spotlight on some of these wonderful restaurants because they involve themselves. They get so involved in these cook-offs and these festivals, and people are recognizing that nationally, but we need to make sure that we maintain the integrity and keeping these restaurants open and keeping people coming back.
That's right. I mean, now especially it is so incredibly important for our local community those within driving radius. Of course, I always talk to people, and people see us as, attracting tourism from way outside of the state or from way outside of the parish. And while that is our main mission, and we do, during this time, it's important for us to really put on a different hat and turn internally. And so we want to make sure that we're supporting our local businesses and supporting our restaurants and our attractions and everybody that's been affected by Hurricane Ida. So now it's even more important for locals to get out, whether you live in Terrebonne, whether you live in Lafourche, down the bayou, up the bayou, it doesn't matter. Get out and support your local restaurants right now. I mean, they are the backbone of our culinary culture here, of the incredible food that we love, that we enjoy, and like you mentioned, supporters of, sponsoring those local baseball teams, sponsoring those festivals and events, competing in those cook-offs. Without them, you lose that, and we need these restaurants and these businesses to be supported now more than ever, especially from COVID, but now even from Hurricane Ida, on top of the effects they were already feeling from COVID. They need our support now more than ever. So make sure that you get out, and instead of going to those chains, nothing against the chains,
No.
but instead of going to those chains, go and support your local small businesses. Go and support those local restaurants. And I mean, I always speak with visitors and always love hearing their feedback. And like I tell many of them, you don't go to eat. You go for a whole dining experience. And if you want to keep that experience, it takes our support and our patronage to keep those doors open.
Yeah, and so many things going on. We just kind of want people to remember what the impact is.
That's right.
And that you can make an impact in your community. You can make an impact in your community by going out and supporting these local places. So again, a little recap: Acadia Music Fest, October 23rd, over the Acadia in Thibodeau. Big Boys Main Street Cook-Off, downtown Thibodeau, and Thibodeauville Fall Festival the day after on November 13th. So lots of things going on and coming up. And again, go out and support your local people, and go out and vote.
That's right. Go out and vote for Thibodeau. That's
Vote
right.
for Thibodeau. It'll make a difference. And so, Cody, thank you so very much for staying involved. Thank you so much for what you do for the community.
Thank you.
And certainly for Lafourche and the area and the surrounding areas, and we appreciate that very, very much.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me, and we really appreciate all of your coverage. We really do.
Glad to do it. Always glad to do it. All right, guys, that'll do it for this segment. Don't go anywhere. A whole lot more Bayou time when we continue.